So you said in your speech that neither Bitcoin nor Ether would be considered securities and thus not under the purview of the SEC. Can you very briefly explain what your reasoning is?
Sure, Bob. These are complex facts and circumstances tests, but when we look at Bitcoin or if we look at Ether and the highly decentralized nature of the networks, we don't see a third-party promoter where applying the disclosure regime would make a lot of sense. So we're comfortable in some sort of viewing these as items that don't have to be regulated as securities.
Now, you also talked about initial coin offerings or ICOs, which are ways of raising money using cryptocurrencies. Did you use a similar reasoning? You implied that most seem to be securities, ICOs, but some of them are not. Can you just show us what the difference is simply?
I wish we had a simple way to say this is in and this is out. As I mentioned, they're usually facts and circumstances tests. But a key factor is there a third-party promoter here who knows much more about the instrument than investors might? If that's the case, that's sort of an initial indicator that we might have a securities transaction. If people are buying it for investment and for a return and looking to that party for a return, then again, that's an indicia of a security. If you have, on the other hand, a token that's just used in the network for a good or service, and that's why people are buying it, and that service is available and up and running, not under development, then you may not have a security.
Mr. Hinman-Kelly here, just to be clear.
All of us at the SEC believe that there's real value in creating applications that can be accessed and executed electronically with a public, immutable record, and without the need for a trusted third party to verify those transactions. We see the value in that, and we see the potential for that to create innovation.
For the last few months, the SEC versus Ripple case has been trending all over the world, and with good reason. And today, you must see this and decipher the truth for yourself. And it's all true. This is a must-see, guys. Stick around to the end because today I will share with you the truth of the matter. But before we get to that, let's roll that intro. As always, welcome to Money Side, your favorite crypto channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you get updates when we drop new videos. Don't forget to smash that like button, and remember you can always leave a comment or a question in the section below. This tweet by Crypto Law says it all. The current SEC versus Ripple case is at the heart of the next regulatory clarity for the crypto world. If the SEC wins this case, the whole crypto world is going to have a rough time. However, if Ripple gets to win the case, we expect the crypto world to be safe from prosecution by the SEC. And here's the most interesting fact. Crypto companies are actually championing the idea of crypto regulations to take effect. Why? Well, from recent events, it seems that this regulatory clarity will help crypto companies reduce chances of being bullied from governing bodies such as the SEC. That's because this entire case lacks basis. But since the regulations aren't very clear, that regulatory body doesn't have any real rules to follow. If we had regulations, I highly doubt that the SEC would be going after Ripple. Interestingly enough, the SEC just moved a motion to keep their expert witness under wraps, given the recent events. To be honest, I think that there's something that the SEC is planning on hiding, especially when it comes to their expert witness. Do you think the SEC is hiding something? And if so, what are your thoughts? Leave a comment for me in the section below. Currently, there's a whole lot happening, and we expect that money will be changing its course and flowing into other assets, namely crypto. So when this does happen, with all that liquidity, will it be flowing into XRP, or where do you think the next phase of money liquidity ends up? I'm confident that RippleNet is the next big thing in the financial world, and that's because it's best adapted to both crypto and fiat. On top of that, Ripple's team ensures that their network always has the latest innovations built right into the network.
Opportunity to address a topic that I think has been a subject of considerable debate in the press and in the crypto community. And that's whether a digital asset, a token, a coin, offered as a security can over time become something other than a security. To start with, I'd like to frame that question a little differently and focus not on the digital asset itself and does the digital asset morph into something, but let's look at the circumstances surrounding the digital asset and the manner in which it's sold. To that end, I think a better line of inquiry might be, can a digital asset originally sold in a securities offering later be sold in a manner that doesn't constitute the offering of a security?
To be honest, the SEC has for years showed us their true colors, and this video is going to highlight that. The court case that this regulatory body has now mounted against Ripple was ill-conceived, probably had an underlying motive to it. That's why I've pointed out several times in previous videos that Gary Gensler has a personal vendetta against Ripple, and that could probably be the reason why he's pursuing this case. It also makes sense that the SEC would try and conceal certain documents that could potentially prove that their motive for this case isn't exactly what they pointed out to be. But Ripple have been fighting back against their move to conceal the identity of the expert. According to Reuters, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has made an unprecedented move to keep the names of its expert witnesses under wraps, Ripple Labs Inc. said in a filing in the agency's highly watched case over the cryptocurrency XRP. The company went on to say that this is unprecedented and shouldn't be entertained. The SEC says that one of the reasons why they want to hide the identity of their expert is because of the threats and harassments. But hey, let's be honest here. The SEC brings mediocre experts to the court to support their claim, and they don't want the XRP army to fight against this decision. I mean, this is a high-profile case, not to mention that there are billions of dollars at stake here. So, of course, we expect the public to intervene, especially when the regulatory body is operating in a fishy way that includes employing experts who are not really professionals in their specific fields. Guys, I do think the SEC are now getting cornered, and this will eventually change the fate of this case. And I wouldn't even be overstating it when I say that the fate of the whole crypto world depends on Ripple winning this case. That's unfortunately not the only time that the SEC has tried to come up with ways to hide their true intentions. John Deaton also highlighted something that I'm sure you'll be interested to see. The SEC must now prove that XRP is an investment contract, but the SEC unilaterally changed its burden to proving only a representation of an investment contract. The SEC doesn't get to make up laws in order to satisfy a political desire to regulate a new evolving asset class. Judge Detburn, the judge presiding in this case, commented by saying that the SEC lawyers have shown a lack of faithful allegiance to the law. But it is so much worse since the SEC lawyers seem to be making up laws to satisfy their own private agenda. And that's what's enraging the public. To that effect, how does the SEC expect the public to trust them with this piece of information, like appointing an expert to oversee and give his take on certain takes if they can't even respect the law? It's like the SEC is trying their best to evoke responses from the general public, which I highly think will not be working in their favor. As of right now, I am more convinced than ever that Ripple is going to win this case. It's only a matter of time, and when that happens, the SEC better be out of commission. I really don't think that a team of experts tasked with regulatory roles would conduct themselves the way that the SEC has done and expect no consequences for their actions. If anything, I do think that this court case has dragged on for far too long, and it's now time that the SEC backs down and goes for a settlement to save themselves from further embarrassment. They clearly cannot win this case while sticking to the law. The regulatory body has to continue conducting itself unlawfully to actually have a chance at winning here. As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. You can always let us know what you think in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.